welcome back to Season Quest. We've finished our anthology season and it's a new season. I'm Troy.
I'm Tom.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Lucy, your DM. Welcome to Haunt.
Also, we're recording from home because of lockdown.
Yeah.
Welcome to the best sounding episode of Season Quest ever, probably.
That's right, we're digital. We're sitting in our own bedrooms talking over microphones. Good luck,
We
Lucy.
each have our own mic.
Hello, and welcome to, I was going to say spring. Nope, Haunt. This is our new Season Quest season. I hope you guys have been enjoying Anthology, all of our little short stories. But now, here we are. Big old story, and it's my turn again to ruin the lives of my friends.
Yay.
Said friends, please introduce yourself. Oh, I'm Lucy, by the way.
Hi, I'm Tom. You know me. I'm in this every time.
Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm also here.
I'm Troy. I've been here the least out of all of us, but I'm also here again. I'm so excited to do a main campaign.
You three, my boys, are high schoolers in this world. In this world, yeah, there's high school. It's a classic high school because it's just a regular, normal world where nothing ever has happened. You guys are at Whitby High. Go Squids.
Go Squids.
And it's a classic kind of Friday day. Everyone's gotten to the point where they're very sick of the week. And you guys are mid-making trouble. What do you guys think your characters would be doing to not necessarily try to make trouble? It's just kind of going to happen. What would you guys be up to? And introduce your characters.
Oh, I'll be going third.
Okay.
My character's name is Zinc Doktor Menace 2, Raptor's Revenge. But most people call me Zinc. I am captain of the soccer team, football here, but it's
No, because this is also set in England.
It's important to make the distinction because if you hear my voice saying football, you probably think of the American one. But yes, soccer. I am a half-orc of the drunken monk style.
That's
Drunken
cooked.
master.
You're 16.
It's more
We all
just
started drinking when we were 15.
it's more the way that I throw my karate stuff out, my Zui Quan, however it's pronounced.
I think it's Zukan.
Zukan.
I don't know.
I'd like to imagine that means you've actually trained under a drunken sensei. Like everything you've learned has been taught you by a drunk.
Yeah, Coach Freddy. Currently, Zinc it's free period for him. He's set it out so he has 2 free periods each day, sort of a life hack situation. And he's just going around the classrooms knocking on the windows of classes going on where his boys are in and just making stupid faces.
One of the things that Zinc doesn't realize, he thinks he's set it up so he's got like 2 free periods every single day. He's just missing algebra. And that's
algebra, yeah, free period.
And you just didn't recognize all the letters together, and you're like, this is, if I don't understand what the word means, I don't stand a fucking chance. So when you're banging on the window, like pulling faces at your friends, the teacher like turns around and she sees you and she goes, wait a fucking minute. He's meant to be in here. And so she's like opening a window and yelling out to you like, Zinc, what are you doing? Come to class. I haven't seen you in the last 2 months. Come to class.
I'm not in this class.
Yes, you are. Your algebra class, you've missed every single class. You're going to fail all of your algebra exams this year, Zank.
No, Tim's in that class. I'm not.
That, you and Tim are in this. And he just immediately goes, blah, 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 back. Do you just assume you can't have any classes with Tim? And I don't know if the teacher or Lucy is saying this. You and Tim have this class together.
I don't know. That's not what it says on my schedule.
Okay, detention this afternoon for skipping so many classes. I would have given it to you sooner, but I haven't seen you in 2 months.
Shit.
Tom, what are you and your character doing?
My name is Tatsel Vaughn, Cullen. I'm a blood hunter Dampier. I am cursed to be what I am, and I intend to use that curse to prevent others from doing the same. So what I'm doing is I'm stalking, like crawling across the roof, stalking a teacher, the PE teacher, I'm guessing, who I assume is a werewolf. And I've got my like knife drawn at my hip, like I've got my hand on my handle as I crawl across the roof, trying to sneak up on him, open my mouth, my fangs sort of like prepared to bite him as I'm looking for like any clue he's done anything monster-like in the past week. I only think that he's a werewolf because he had a rip in his shorts the other day, and I was like, no way that's happening if you're not transforming every full moon.
That and his really hairy back.
I was gonna say, as he's walking along, he kind of like lifts up his sleeves a bit so he could look at the time, and he's got quite hairy arms.
Yeah, and I'm definitely feeling that, and I drop down silently from the roof and approach him.
Oh, roll for that. Dexterity or acrobatics?
Surely a stealth?
Yeah, sure, I'll give you stealth.
I mean, I'm happy to do acrobatics or stealth, but...
Did you describe your guy?
Oh yeah, I'm a vampire blood hunter. I said that. I didn't really say much else. I'm dressed up very much like a edgy goth teen.
Do we have a uniform at Whitby?
No, there are uniforms for like all of the teams and stuff. And
I'm wearing my soccer jersey.
Yeah, so like Zinc would always be wearing his soccer jersey, and it is just gross and sweaty.
Yeah.
And just covered in dirt. And no one else on your team wears their soccer jersey all the time. A couple of them wear like their jackets, like their soccer jackets that say like Whitby Squids on the back, but you're the only one who wears the one you wear for when you're playing. Because Zinc Doktor Menace 2 Raptor's Revenge is an animal.
Yeah, and it's good luck.
No. You're not getting like inspiration or anything for that. Anyway, Tatsel, how did you roll?
Oh, I haven't rolled yet. I'm waiting for... I got... That's not too bad. 11.
Oh, it's not great.
Not great.
You managed to like hit the ground without falling over or anything. You managed to keep in like your cool like pose sort of thing. But you just jumped off a story of a building without like soft shoes or whatever you would need.
I land and I go, oh.
And immediately Coach Freddy turns around and he's like, What are you doing?
I've got like a knife drawn and I'm standing there like frozen and
no weapons in the school. Detention Friday, today, this afternoon. He's very thrown for a loop. It's few and far between Coach Freddy gets a knife pulled on him because he is really nice.
Yeah, like, he's a great guy. He's also a master of drunken boxing. So.
Yeah, you'd be kind of fucked if you went up against him. He's level 15. He'd kill you. He'd just snap your neck. I mean, he won't because he's the nice coach, but he could.
Yeah. I stand up and I put the knife away and I look at him and I go, detention on the night of the full moon, Coach.
Detention ends at 4:15. You'll be fine.
Very well. My hunt will continue.
Also, I don't think it's a full moon tonight.
I turn around and my cloak that I have slaps around. I'm dressed like it's modern day, but I'm dressed medieval. I have one of those neckerchiefs and like a huge long black cloak and a black overcoat.
Yeah, you've gone for what you reckon medieval is. For reasons we'll get to in a bit. A lot of people just kind of have guesses of what history has kind of been like.
I'm dressed like Dracula from the Castlevania games.
Love that for you.
That's all I know about vampires is Dracula and Alucard.
Yeah. And Troy, what have you been up to?
Now, are most students human? Like, what kind of vibe are we hearing?
A good chunk of them would be human. But there's kind of like a good mix of like there's quite a few things. Like there'd be quite a few elves, some half elves, some half orcs, kind of like halflings. There's like a bit of everything, but it would be mainly human.
Okay.
Like there'd be a larger group of humans.
Well, hopefully I won't stand out too much then, because I am an elven bard named Lichele. She's light blue skinned. She's in a jolly red and green outfit with like pointed curved shoes, a little kind of frilly tutu thing, and currently she's stopped in the middle of like the quad or the courtyard and is just performing a little ditty about how she's the new girl.
Do you want to sing some of this little ditty, Troy?
Oh, that would be so fun to do on a Zoom call. Yeah, great.
Oh, 100%.
I am the new girl, and no one likes me yet, but that will soon change because I'm the new girl. So that's Mia Lichele.
Love. As you're doing that, like some of the other like popular girls come up to you and they're like,
I would like to roll for performance.
yeah, okay, yeah, we'll start with that.
Before you have anyone hate on me.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 1.
You're singing like quite off key and you keep like you've gone into like musical mode where you're just kind of singing like your deepest like pains and thoughts and you're definitely telling people like way too much about you.
Fuck. I had a rash, but I've covered it up. I peed myself a little on the bus. My dads don't love me. They got a divorce, which is why I'm here. By the way, I'm a klepto. Yeah, something like that.
And the popular girls come up to you and they're like, "You are a fucking freak." They weren't going to be this mean before, but here we are. You need to definitely not do that again.
Yeah.
They're just like, don't. They're just like, what the fuck? Like, what's your deal?
See, I've got a +9 in performance, so like it is a 10, but with that nat 1, I just
Yeah. I would have been kinder if you had rolled a 2, but you didn't. Which is really tragic for you.
I
So
imagine-
bad you got detention.
I'm going full show tunes. There's like twirls, there's kicks. I'm just showing off.
As the girls are saying this, they're not even saying this to you at the end of their performance. They're just like, "Oh my goodness, stop!" It's what like the kind of like head mean girl, or head like popular girl is just like, okay, like who are you? Stop this! You're embarrassing literally everybody here.
I'm over the top, but don't know how to stop. I'm Mia Lichele, the Alvin Bard.
Okay, like Mia, cooler. Like, what's your? She's like almost mad at you because you just won't stop.
Sax solo, and she starts playing the sax really loudly. I have written down saxophone as one of my, because I've got 2 instruments. I've got a lute and another instrument, so I have written down sax, but I could swap that for anything.
We can stick with saxophone. It can be kind of like steampunk technology from whatever town you're from. Anyhow, at this point, one of like the teachers comes over and they're like, "Okay, who's making a scene?"
Well, that would be me.
Oh, God.
Except like there's like a riff and like the voice goes all over the place. You know, I'm not gonna show you guys up.
Troy's not good at like making himself sound bad. He's just too good at it. So he has to pretend. He has to lie about it.
Yeah. Why aren't you in class? You can stop singing if you want to. Lucy's saying that.
Well, I haven't been given my schedule yet. I'm brand new.
You've been here for 2 weeks. You're in my history class.
Yes, but you see, I've been rehearsing this song for 2 weeks and I've only finished it today.
So that's why you've been missing all of my history classes. Detention this afternoon. You need to go to your classes. It's nice to have hobbies, but don't let it interfere with your work. And she kind of turns and leaves.
Oh, here we go again.
It's a real shame, Troy, that you've got the group where you might have 2 other queer people with you, but that doesn't mean we watched Glee.
I watched Glee.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay, Charlie, did you watch Glee?
My sister watched Glee, so I sort of half watched it and didn't enjoy it.
Oh my goodness, am I the only one who didn't watch Glee?
Hey guys, do you think we should do a season quest Glee watch party where we watch the first episode and the last episode, just so Lucy can say that they've seen the first and last episode of Glee? Then let us know.
Quest. The episode of Glee where the guy in the wheelchair has a song where he gets out of the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked because I thought that the actor was in a wheelchair, and I was like, "What? Was he cured?"
We had to cure him for the show, otherwise it wouldn't make sense.
Anyhow,
back to D&D.
So jump forward to the end of the day.
D&D.
It's 3:30. You guys are in the library where all good detention happens.
Mm.
And it's you guys and a girl you don't recognize. It's a girl that Mia wouldn't recognize. The rest of you would know her. The rest of both of you would know her because this is a school of maybe 400 people. It's Lisette, one of your guys' classmates. And yeah, you guys are all in detention. If you guys could go ahead and just perform the entire Breakfast Club, I'd be really happy about that. I hit some gay stereotypes.
I do the twist across a desk.
I say, what's the Breakfast Club line?
I guess you would be Bender in this. I would be the
Wouldn't you be Bender?
No, I'd be the sports guy.
You'd be the jock, yeah.
You'd be the jock.
Guys,
I forget his name.
Bender, yeah.
My gay stereotype is a bedazzled boombox.
Would Mia Lichele be
Molly Ringwald.
Or
I don't remember the character's name.
Would she be the quiet girl who
she's not
No.
quiet.
Not at all.
I feel like Tatsel is more of a the quiet girl who sets off bombs.
Yeah, probably.
I could see that. She didn't set off a bomb.
Yeah, well, in the sequel.
What did you say?
In the sequel.
Oh, Breakfast Club 2 Raptor's Revenge.
Zinc Doktor Menace 2 Raptor's Revenge is currently tearing out pages from his algebra notebook and throwing them at Lisette, did you say?
Yeah.
Lisette!
Yeah, and she's like kind of catching him as you're doing it, not realize you're bullying her. What are you guys in for?
This is how you guys met, isn't it, Charlie and Lucy?
When Charlie and I had detention together because we went to high school at the same time.
Yeah.
Because Charlie isn't 80.
Zinc says, Miss Algebra just hates me, you know?
Do you mean the algebra teacher?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, cool. Does she hate you or did you not go to class? Like,
yeah,
I think she would hate you more if
hated me because I didn't go to class.
I think she might hate you more if you were in her class.
Yeah. I'm doing her a favor.
Of course. Tatsel, what about you?
I'm dissecting a spider. I don't know if you heard that earlier.
No? Tom, that's so fucked up.
That's what he did. That you know of.
He is talking about real life, not in game.
I put my hand on my head and I go, I was in the midst of a hunt. And I suppose the hunter became the hunted for a moment. Oh, whoa.
Classic Tatsel. Who are you?
And at that exact moment, Mia Lichele throws down her pencil. Hello, detention, can I have your attention? I'm Mia Lichele, and I'm bad to the bone.
I'm going to get a roll performance again because Lucy loved that. I love that. I think you need a second chance.
12 plus 9, 21.
Goddamn.
I'm compelled to join in.
Lucy just starts clapping. She's like, that's pretty cool, man. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lisette.
Woo!
When did you start here? You're new, right?
Brand new. I've only been here, well, I think I've been here 2 weeks, but I've been in a rehearsal space, you know. No vocals, no talking to anyone, no interacting with classes, just focusing on the lyrics and what they mean to me.
Interesting. She doesn't hate it because she's already impressed.
I speak up and I say, Oi, Mia. I'm Zinc Doktor Menace 2 Raptor's Revenge. You might have seen the Raptor's realty signs around town. I'm going to inherit that business one day.
We've actually just shifted into a home owned by Raptor's Realty, actually. So, yes, I've seen those signs. Lovely places.
You're welcome.
I leap up onto Mia's desk.
Oh.
And go, my name is Tatsel Vaughn Cullen. And yes, the teeth are real. And I lean back, but there's no chair.
We're
I kind of forget
stupid.
There's no chair. And I roll over.
Leah turns towards Zinc and just says, theatre kids, am I right? And then, snaps her fingers, jazz hands, and bows.
I like her.
What does, is it Lisette? What do they look like?
Lisette. They're
not to be that guy, but what race are they?
human.
Dragonborn.
Another Another classic human. So what are you guys doing with your weekend?
I will be hunting the monsters of the night. You know, there's a funny story. I've heard there's a creature out and about. A werewolf. Anyone heard anything about it? I'm going to kill it. Eventually. One day. Yes. I am the monster hunter. I know. Me? A high schooler? Yes, I am the infamous one. The one who hunts.
I mean, if there's anything kind of like supernatural or fucked up, it's in old Holmes's house.
Sorry, who?
Holmes's house.
At Holmes'
Um,
house.
Zinc and Tatsel, roll a history check.
Okie dokie.
11 again.
Classic.
10.
You guys have kind of heard the basics of the story, but you wouldn't have enough details to like kind of really get into it. All you know is you're like, yeah, that's a werewolf in the house. Sounds like it makes sense.
I suppose that will be my hunting ground this weekend, eh?
I mean, if you can spend a night in old Holmes's house, I'd be more than impressed.
You would?
I mean, of course, it'd be like no one's ever gone in and escaped.
Yeah, Zinc speaks up and he's like, "Well, I got soccer practice on Saturday, and then on Sunday I'm doing some business practice with me mum."
What is a old house home? What? This sounds incredibly spooky. And you said nobody's ever stayed there overnight before?
You've not heard about? Oh, I guess you're new. You wouldn't have. For some context for the world, 100 years ago, there wasn't.
This is what
You're
Lee
new to the
Stats says,
world.
right?
Yeah. I can't do this exposition, sorry, through Troy because he exists in this world. Anywho, 100 years ago, a nuke went off. A huge nuke went off, and it kind of put the entire world into kind of like a nuclear winter for about 20 years, and then after that people were kind of emerging and trying to rebuild society again, and it brought kind of mutant magic into this world, and that's how magic kind of came to be in this world.
Ooh.
For a really long time it was frowned upon. For like a really long time, so like 30 years, it was quite frowned upon, just because it was not of like the original nature of this world. But then people kind of got over themselves and they're like, it's a cool new thing, like let's be happy about it. And society's kind of in the last 20 years gotten back on track to be like, you know, real society, but there's still like some things missing and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And monsters roam the streets.
100 years ago, before, you know, old man Holmes was old, he was having that giant manor built, and he wanted it to be so grand and so beautiful that no one would ever want to leave. And then when the nukes went off, everyone that could went underground except Holmes, because he was too proud of his creation. So he stayed, and he made his entire family stay and all the staff. And so when people left kind of the bomb shelters to explore and kind of start life again, the house was still standing and the lights were still on. Many people have gone exploring in that house and no one has ever come out.
Raptor Realty was looking after purchasing that property, but we haven't gotten any agents in yet because of the whole people don't come out thing.
Perhaps you could be an agent, Zinc.
Mm.
An agent of chaos.
Oh, Tatsel.
Chaos.
You don't change, do you?
Chaos. Love.
What do you mean by that, Zinc?
Nothing, buddy.
There's a lot of weird tension here, and I don't know if I'm a fan. Lucy and
We
Lisette
kiss.
stay in sync.
This could be the perfect opportunity to build inspiration and motivation to write an album. Whereabouts is this Holmes house, House of Holmes?
I mean, I imagine you've seen kind of the silhouette over it. It sits up on the giant hill, kind of on the far side of town. You can see the shape of it from down here. But
And
like
Giant
up
Hill
close,
is
it's
filled with giants?
no, just a big hill.
It's on Ghost Street.
It's on the corner of Ghost Street and Haunted as Fuck Road.
Book Boulevard.
Yeah, no, you guys should definitely stay the night.
Perhaps I will.
I've never been invited to a sleepover. I'd happily accept your invitation.
I mean, I'm not going in. Are you fucking kidding me? No one's ever come out.
Well,
I don't have any motivation. You guys do.
I bet I could stay in there all night long.
I guarantee I could go in there and execute every single monster that exists.
I wouldn't even care about monsters or haunted things whatsoever if I had my music, and I really think it could be exactly what I need to get out of this funk that I haven't been in because I've been performing quite well, actually.
Lisette, you
Damn.
cheeky witch, are you challenging us?
Tomorrow night. I'll meet you guys there, and I'll meet you guys on Sunday if you guys can get out.
Easy.
Sure. What? I
Yeah,
mean,
I've
yes.
got nothing to lose.
I
Very
will.
good. I'll see you then. And she walks out, even though detention isn't finished yet. She kind of yells back, "I'll see you at 3 tomorrow outside the house." And she ends up walking past the
AM?
teacher, who's like, "Where are you going?"
Did she say? Did she mean AM or PM? She didn't specify. So does she mean AM or PM? What's the? Are we out at 3 AM? How long do we have to be in there for? I hope it's. Oh, hope we don't end up coming out very late. You know, jeez. And I walk out of detention, but I walk out through a window because I can walk on walls on my feet.
Love
you,
that for
Dampier.
you.
Well, as they say, the curtain call has come and I must go. And Mia Lichele prances out.
The teacher's kind of standing at the front of the class being like, there was another 5 minutes of detention left.
Oh, there was a teacher
Right.
in the room? Right,
Yeah.
right.
She doesn't
Zinc's-
stop you or anything. She's just like, oh.
Zinc stands up and offers the teacher a fist bump, and he's like, "Right, I'm off then."
After a long, uncomfortable pause, she gives you one back and just...
All right.
Looks
See you
like
next
go,
time, teach. Next Friday, huh?
Bye,
I,
Zinc.
I really hope it was Miss Algebra, the algebra teacher.
It's everyone does call her that because her name's Miss Albatross, so it's quite close. Anyway.
As I leap out of the window, I go, yes, the night, my home. And I try to spread my cape like Batman, but it doesn't really work, and I sort of just hit the ground.
It's 10 past 4.
Yeah.
So you guys have the rest of today and like tomorrow morning up until 3 p.m, so in the afternoon, Tom, to kind of get yourselves ready. What sort of stuff would you guys want to be taking into the house? Do you guys want to like describe the weapons and stuff you're going to try and make?
Zinc goes back home and grabs his sports bag and fills it with a few items. He's taking, firstly, his practice pop-up goal net, like a mini net that, you know, it's like a pop-up kind of thing. He's taking one of his soccer balls. He's taking his lucky corner post flag from the soccer field. He's taking some Raptor Realty cards, which, because we're so hardcore, are made out of metal. They're metal business cards.
Nice.
You really
and then
don't like to give them away.
and then in his bag, he's also taking some resistance rope for training, some extra beers, a few crush cans are left over as well, and like rations, tinderbox, water bottle, a sign hammer, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Nice. You don't have a main weapon because you're a monk, right?
Yeah, these
mainly
hands
punches?
are my main weapon, but I can also use my corner post, my net, and my metal business cards if I need to.
Awesome. Just this reminds me of one of my favorite party games is I'm going to the moon and I'm taking blank. It feels like that.
Oh, and I'm also taking one Raptor Realty lawn sign, and it's made out of just like a hunk of metal. So if it were to be a D&D item, it would be a crowbar.
Nice. You know crowbars. I feel like crowbars would exist.
Yeah, but I don't think that Zinc would just take a crowbar for no reason.
Fair enough.
It's pretty much
He would take a sign.
It's a crowbar. He wants to put it on the lawn. It's a crowbar, but with like the plastic sign taped to it.
Love. Tatsel, what are you taking to the house?
Tatsel is like from a home. His mum's a monster hunter. That's kind of his thing. His dad was a vampire. His mum was a monster hunter. So that's how he's gotten into the business. And so he like gets home and there's like this really cool like glaive that his mum used to monster hunt before she sort of retired from the business. And Tatsel walks up to grab it to be like, I can't wait to take this for my monster hunting journey.
Tatsel, what are you doing?
We're going to hunt.
You are 16. You can have a proper weapon when you are 21.
Mom, I've been doing really good.
With proper training, maybe at 20.
I'm hunting a werewolf, Mum. Mumsy, I need this werewolf hunting weapon.
I hated that. She says, no. No, you absolutely cannot. If you
Fine.
need to, you can take a kitchen knife.
Whatever. And I grab a kitchen
But not
knife
one
and
of the good
slam
ones.
the door. I open the door and I put the good kitchen knife back and I grab one of the blunter ones and I sharpen it angrily looking at her, and then I go back up to my room and I slam the door. I go into my
Teenagers.
closet.
She doesn't have a British accent.
I go into my closet and I've got a broom in there, and I just snap the handle off the broom and tape the knife to the end of the broomstick and sort of try to like jab with it. And I'm like, yeah, this'll do. And then I grab my crossbow, which I've already built. It's like a metal ruler with a wooden plank on it and a guitar string for the tautness of it, and a nail to hold back like a series of just like throwable darts that I've put in there. And the trigger, I guess, would just be I pull the nail down. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
And I strap that to my I strap that to my back. I put the glaive over my back as well, and I grab a little bag that I fill with like just all sorts of random shit like rope and all things that I have collected, because I am like a monster hunter in my own head, and I want to be a survivalist and I want to be prepared. So I've got all that shit in my bag, and then I strap it on. And I look at the photo of my dad, which is blank because he's a vampire.
You've drawn in a stick figure?
Yeah. And I'm like, perhaps one day I'll be able to hunt someone as powerful as you, Dad. And then I push the photo down, and I'm ready to go and kill some motherfucking monsters, dude.
What would a photo of a half vampire look like?
I'm half visible. I'm translucent.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're just quite like pixelated. Like no matter the quality of the camera, you look very pixelated.
It's 144p.
Yeah. And Mia, what are you taking to the moon? What are you taking to the house?
To the moon. Well, naturally, Leah's packed her sleeping roll or sleeping bag and like her backpack and makeup, pens or quills and ink, depending on.
There'd be pens.
Cool. Yeah,
but not like pens. There'd be ballpoint pens, but there wouldn't be Sharpies.
Yeah.
It's the post-apocalypse.
Yeah, post-apocalypse, no Sharpies. Because that's a brand name.
Yes.
Any kind of like makeup. She's got a couple of costumes ready for quick changes, all packed away. And she's managed to find a twirling baton from her mother's performance days.
Love.
She packs that away, hoping to use it as a club if she needs to.
Nice.
She has a fencing sword that belonged to her father, and she's snapped the little bauble off the end that, keeps it safe. She's removed the safety. She's going in dangerous.
You've had a couple canons of your parents. In your song it was your dad's, and now it's your mum and dad. Is it like you had dads and now you've got a stepmom?
No, I've got a biological mum who was a twirling baton performer, but she died in a twirling baton accident. Yeah, so then my dad went gay. But I've also got a dagger on me.
Bitches be dying way too easily.
Do all of you have dead mums? No,
I have a dead dad.
You have dead dads. Okay, you've got.
I've got a dead dad.
You guys are fitting weird stereotypes, and I don't know if I like it.
Hey, if you guys want a dad, I've got a couple.
Not anymore.
Spares.
Because they divorced.
Oh yeah, my dad's got divorced.
The original Zinc Doctor Menace was nicknamed the Raptor, and he made Raptor Realty.
I really hope you rebirth yourself and become the Zinc Doctor Menace. It's a reboot. Not a sequel.
My dad's name was Count Vaughn, so.
I should also mention that my rations are plain grilled chicken and rice and protein powder.
My rations are cow blood.
My rations are chips, like little cheese puff kind of boys.
Is that everything you're taking into the house? Yeah,
just some, instruments and costumes. She's ready to have a sleepover and
any kind of weapon sort of thing?
Yep. She had the fencing sword that she's made dangerous, so like a rapier. She had the twirling baton club, and she's got a little dagger or pocket knife.
Rad. Awesome.
And she's got a few spells up her sleeves.
Magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's a self-help kind of queen.
We all have a different kind of magic. I have blood.
I have hit.
I have what? What words did you just both say? I
Oh,
have.
hit blood songs. I love hit blood songs. Anyway, you guys, it's Saturday and it's getting close to 3:00. Would you guys be the kind of people to be on time?
Zinc crushes a few beers because it's Saturday and you have to get a light buzz before practice. But practice has already been and gone. We've done our drills and whatnot, and Coach Freddie sends us on our way with some assignments. Like be kind to one another and
I love
crush some
Coach Freddie.
brewskis.
Coach
Yeah.
Freddie's my favorite.
So I'm probably showing up like 15 minutes late.
You're a
Tatsel's
brewski
15
with a
minutes early.
brewski.
Tatsel is 15 minutes early, but he's hiding on the side of the building, stuck to it, in the shadows, because he wants to have a dramatic entrance when
You
everyone shows up.
wouldn't be up on the manor itself because there's big gates and all of that sort of stuff. You could be up on one of the fences.
Yeah, I'm hiding on one of the fences.
And-
Can you roll a perception for me, Tatsel?
Yeah, sure.
Mia's gonna turn up like on the dot, jazz hands ready.
Yeah,
Will
please
it
would be on the dot as well.
Will it be smelling or hearing oriented? Perhaps. Okay. 13.
Yeah, there are some scratches and kind of stuff on the fence, but nothing in particular. But there's quite a few like scratches and lines.
My hunt begins
Ooh.
early. Yeah, I have advantage on hearing or smelling based perception checks.
Nice.
Visual only, sorry, bud.
Fuck. Dang.
After a little bit with Mia and Lisette there, you guys are just kind of chatting about like
No,
what you've been up to.
I'm just performing for her.
Oh, perfection.
Yeah, but it is just the same like I'm the new girl song from Yesterday in the Courtyard.
She doesn't like it as much, but it's fine. You haven't ruined your relationship with her or anything.
Also, I'm now in a relationship with her. No, I'm kidding.
You know, a friendship's also a relationship, right?
Lucy, we're in a relationship now. I'm updating my Facebook status.
Ryan in shambles.
No,
Ryan in
name is
Shambles would be
Dan.
his solo album.
Tatsel climbs out from over the fence towards like Lisette and Mia, and is like, I've spotted traces of monster claws. I'm very, very excited for this. And I've got
Ooh.
this like awful smile on.
What monster claws?
Well, claws, like ones that scratch and such. So.
Okay. Okay. After a little
Listen,
while.
Lisette, in order to hunt monsters, you must become one.
Okay.
Nice.
Have you seen my teeth?
Sorry, that pause was Tom just showing us his teeth. And I hated it. Anyhow, after a little while, Zinc shows up.
Sup, nerds? Sorry, practice ran a little late.
You're late, Dr.
We were
Menace.
all friends yesterday. Why are you calling us nerds now?
I call everyone nerds. Sup, Tatsel, how's the castle?
Well, desperately trying to sell it still. The only remnant of my father, but I suppose...
It's a volatile market.
Yes, very hard to sell. Our current home's nice. Thank you for sorting that one out. It's a nice block of flats.
For context, Tatsel's family still owns Dracula's castle, and they're trying to sell it off. Not this castle. This house is like a borderline castle. It's like huge.
Yeah, Dracula's castle is in Transylvania still. It's very far away. Raptor's realty has been pushing the boundaries of how big a realty company can be.
Yeah, it's the only like property they have outside of like a few towns. So yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's family friends,
Yeah.
You guys ready to go in?
I believe I am. Yeah.
I've got my buzz on. I'm ready to go.
Are you sure you don't want to...
I draw my glaive and I like point it intimidatingly at the manor and go, I've always been ready. Always.
Are you sure you
Love.
don't want to join us, Lestat?
I'll skip. Yeah.
She'll hold us
I
back, Mia.
What the fuck did you say to me?
Nothing. I didn't.
Good.
I didn't say
And
anything. No.
she
Tatsel isn't too socially aware.
and she
Nerd.
goes and kind of pulls the gate. The gate has these kind of big chains around it. She pulls it forward enough so there's enough of a gap for you guys to all kind of slide through.
I climb over.
Sure.
Just 'cause I got climbing speed.
So that like when you guys are kind of in this like kind of fence area, the house feels like it's like looming above you. And there's like a cracked stepping stone like sort of path leading up to the house. And looking around there's these topiaries. What are they called? Topiaries?
What?
Big hedges shaped like things.
Yeah.
Hedge.
Yeah.
Big hedge shaped like things.
I know topiary works.
Big Hodge.
And they're like quite overgrown, and so you can kind of tell what they are, but they look very silly looking. So like there's one you can tell is meant to be like a brave knight holding a sword, but he just looks quite puffy. And the big dragon just looks like this giant kind of blob sort of thing.
Puffy knight.
And the smaller ones are even harder to tell what they are because like all of the details are gone. But you assume they were at one point like quite fantastic creatures. And yeah, as you guys go up to the front door, there's quite a few like creaky wooden steps leading up to a very like barren porch with like a rocking chair, and that's kind of it. And yeah, there's a big like knocker on the front door, and there's roll perception checks, everybody.
Cool. Sniff the air?
Rolling.
That's what I was going to ask.
I mean, sure.
Yes, advantage.
Nice. Also, as I walk through the gate, I tear off the sign bit from my Raptor Realty sign and slap
Yeah.
it on the gate so that I just have the post left, and I'm just trying to make a statement.
Okay. What statement are you trying to make?
We'll get this property at some point, and
Okay.
I'm the agent they're sending in to do it. Junior
Yeah.
agent officially.
You kind of like pose a little bit, but no one realizes why.
Yeah.
What did people get for perception? Let's start with Tatsel because you're going scent based only.
19.
As you kind of smell the air, you can smell kind of like nature rot. So
Yeah.
you know, like where like there's been so many plants and stuff, it's kind of overgrown too much to sustain itself. So you can kind of smell like the slight rotting of vegetation.
Can
Yeah.
I smell any monsters in the air or wet wood monsters?
No.
Termites? No?
My next name in
There'd
high
be
school.
termites probably. And I'm gonna ignore Troy. And Zinc and Mia, what did you guys get?
Zinc-
Lucy, well, I'm a wet wood monster, firstly. Secondly,
Criminal.
I got a 14 plus 5, so 19.
Oh.
Zinc got a 25.
Oh, was that a
Damn.
nat 20?
No, it was an 18. I have +7 to perception.
Good work,
Nice.
team. Around the front door, both Zinc and Mia, you see some things kind of like scratched into it. You guys can see a set of 3 dashes, an
Ooh.
upside down Y, a rectangle with a dot in the middle, and 2 horizontal parallel lines with an X in the middle.
Ooh,
I
Morse
can draw them so you guys can see them if you want. And
Yeah,
then
I was just
these will also be up on our socials.
sweet.
Tatsel looks at Zinc, who, like, after putting the sign down, and is like, is your family getting involved with this property too?
Yeah, Raptor Realty is looking at acquiring this property.
Interesting.
These are the symbols.
That
Wow.
Y isn't upside down.
It's not.
What was the last one?
Fuck. Thank you, Charlie.
Perhaps you need a specific group of people to help thin out the ranks of monsters in this house. My mum is still, she still does it for hire.
Yeah, no, I know of her services.
Yeah, what? You said that in a weird way? What was that?
No, nothing weird. Nothing weird.
You've known my mum since you were growing up, so
Since-
it'd be weird if you
Yeah.
milfed her up.
No.
Hedges
Your mum's a milf.
and
Oh, yeah.
vines, squiggly lines. Are you seeing this? This unusual markings here?
Yeah, I
Smells
see
like termites.
these little pictures.
Yeah.
Probably mean something.
Huh.
What are you guys talking? Sorry, what are you talking about? Did you
Well,
I
I've
smell.
just been taking in everything around me, overgrown hedges and vines, squiggly, wiggly carvings and lines.
I run my finger across a wooden plank and go, "Yes, it's called wood rot. It's what happens when wood gets rotten. It smells bad. It smells like termites. Would you agree? Or perhaps you can't smell as well as I." Completely ignoring the fact that you guys are talking about some completely different bullshit because
Well, do you think they mean anything important? Should we note them down or should we just head in?
I take out my little notebook from practice that shows all of my my practice regimes and my assignments and stuff from Coach Freddie, and I draw the little symbols in one of the pages.
Very
What-
nice. Now we're ahead of the game.
what are you doodling? Have I missed something? Am I out of
J-
the loop?
Just some stuff for the practice schedule. Don't worry about it, Tatsel.
Okay, well, it seems like you both know about. Why am I being kept out of the loop here?
Look,
I-
there's just some unusual shapes here on this wall, wood, that might make a lovely album cover or might help us through the house. I don't know.
I point them
Um,
out to Tatsel.
Do I recognize them at all, Lucy?
Roll a history check with disadvantage. I don't think any of you would be likely to know what this is.
I got a 17.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 15 and a 13.
What the fuck?
I got +4 to history.
Yeah, I got a 3. Oh, 4.
I got a 7.
I said
Tatsel,
4
you-
like that changed anything.
You have some clue as to what this is. With the amount of research kind of you've been trying to do about places, you know vaguely it is a code that people kind of leave behind for other people.
Yeah.
It's like from like primarily homeless people to like to give each other warnings and that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And you recognize the rectangle with the dot in the middle
Yeah.
means danger.
I explain this to Zinc and Mia, probably in a very obnoxious way. I probably go like, "Well, actually, these symbols, you've got it all wrong. They're not an album cover,
Oh.
right? They're what you might call symbols to indicate things. This
Oh, I
one,
don't appreciate your arrogant tone.
this one means danger.
Oh.
So we're in the right place.
Danger in a haunted house? Well, that's exactly what we signed up for, I suppose.
Exactly.
Danger
going
would be
more and
my
more
middle
to-
name if I didn't have 100 other middle names.
Yes, danger would also be my middle name if my middle name wasn't my dad's name.
My middle name is Susan. Let's go into the house. And I lift the knocker and knock it.
When you try to do that, you can't lift it up because it's been kind of
Oh.
like almost welded shut by rust.
Great.
Can I try kick down the door?
Mhm.
Sweet. Athletics?
Yeah, sure. Or yeah, athletics.
23.
It's very dramatic when you kick down the door, like the door like bursts in, and yeah, you realize no one else does because it looks so cool, but you, Tatsel, in your heart know, oh, the door wasn't locked, was it?
Yeah. as I kick it and it splinters away, I
It
realize
doesn't-
that the lock is still in the latch, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah, it doesn't like splinter or anything. It just like dramatically swings open very quickly. It stays like entirely intact, but it looks really cool.
Tatsel, that was a nice kick. Have you ever considered the soccer team?
Please, Zinc, I don't have time for sports outside of fencing with my schedule.
Shame.
Anything that doesn't help me hunt the beasts is worthless to me.
Well, I think we have a game with the beast in about 2 weeks.
Oh, with the Southwest Beasts?
Yeah.
Ah,
Cool. So when you guys walk in, you see kind of like an entrance space. It's this beautiful, like lush space where you can see kind of like the wealth and the drama of the previous like inhabitants, Holmes in this case. And like this thick red carpet kind of like leads up to this beautiful wide staircase at the far end of the hall, and these like big, like 4 big oak doors line the hall. One of which is open, and the walls are kind of like covered with paintings, mainly of one very stern man staring straight ahead, and 2 kind of stands with shining armor stand on either side of the door.
Are these various portraits of the same portrait? Like, are they him in different poses staring straight ahead, or are they like 7 of the same photo?
They're all different. There's a handful of them with him by himself, and then the rest of them are like him with like small groups of people, but he's in every single painting. I am gonna share something with you guys now. If y'all check your
Ooh.
emails.
Emails.
Oh, emails.
What?
So I just sent you guys a Google Sheets file. This is kind of the basics of the house, just so we can have a map. We'll keep updating this each week with on our socials. We'll share like what symbols you guys have come across, if you come across any more, and the house, so you guys can like keep saying a map of what is happening.
Nice.
So far as the porch and the entrance hall and the stairs, and then we'll keep adding rooms and other little boxes and stuff.
Well,
What
should we?
a beautiful house.
Good luck, guys. Lisette says, and she steps behind you and shuts the door.
Oh,
Oh,
Should
with
we-
her on the outside, I assume.
You're with
Very
her on the
kind.
outside.
Well. Are we going to move further in? I don't really
Well-
want to spend all of my time in the foyer.
no, we're not going to set up camp here.
Oh,
No, for sure.
No. Well, I assume we should find rooms to stay in and set up. Should we meet back here, or should we explore? We should explore it together. We shouldn't split the party. As much joy as that would bring our god who art watching us over at their DM screen, we should probably stick together for now.
For now.
Well, I certainly won't be sleeping, because I'll be hunting. While reason sleeps, monsters walk. That's a quote that I read once.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm reason in this case, and I will not be sleeping, because I do not want monsters to walk. Wake. I don't remember the quote.
Cool. Are you guys going to go in the open door or one of the shut doors?
I think we try
Um,
the open door.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Can I,
that
like,
would be this one here.
Like, walk up to it and like peer around, like cautiously, nervously. Peek.
So you guys, your eyes are immediately drawn to a giant fire roaring on one of the walls with like a rug and plenty of space in front of it. A few chairs and a grand piano kind of line the wall.
The
And
fire
a
is
beautiful, yes,
on.
and a beautiful kind of like tragic painting is above the fireplace of the house, kind of overlooking your town. But you can see a mushroom cloud in like the far distance. And when you guys are standing in front of the fire, it's so warming and so nice. And something I explained to the boys before we started, but I'll explain it to you, the audience, now, just so they could be like, yeah, this mechanic makes sense. It's a great fire, great place to kind of like rest around. Yeah, and that sort of stuff. We'll get into the mechanics when we do.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't need a rest yet, so we'll leave. I do want to. I guess like it would be in character for me to investigate, but I don't think I'm doing like super thorough investigations. I'm sort of just looking for any sign of creatures or monsters or anything like that.
Yeah.
But this is a safe room, so
Yes.
I assume that we'll be okay, and I think we can just leave that as like an in-character thing where I'm looking around. I touch the fire to make sure it's real, is it?
Yes. Can y'all move your selectors like off the houses and stuff so I can see what I'm editing?
Yeah. I've got mine in the corner.
Cool. We're gonna do when a wall has dots on the side of it. That is the only side that doesn't have a door. So
Okay.
this one, there isn't a door on the bottom side that kind of would go out to the garden space because it goes out to the garden space.
Right.
And there's a fire there? Or is the fire...
The fire is on the other side of the room.
Okay. Is there
Nice.
a door where the fire is?
Yes, there is. There's a door on every single other wall.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
This seems like a relaxing room.
Maybe we should perhaps set up our stuff in here to keep it safe and warm.
I think I'd like to keep everything I have on me, Mia.
I chuck my bedroll down, but I keep the rest of my sports gear with me.
Yeah, I pop my sleeping roll next to Zinc's.
Oh.
I didn't bring a bedroll. I sleep in a coffin.
Did
So
how is this fire lit?
I think it's wood.
But who did it? That means there's others
Oh.
in here, I assume.
yes, monsters, Mia. That's what we're here for, right?
Can I look into the fireplace and look at how much ash there is, or like ember and stuff, and see maybe how long it's been going?
Yeah, sure. Give me a investigation check.
I will do that.
17. Not bad at all. Yeah, there's like some ash and embers, but not
Hmm.
like it's been roaring like for ages.
Right.
Yeah, it's on the newer side in the last like day probably.
I relayed the information about the fireplace to the team, though I don't think it'll be too helpful or probably accurate. This seems more like a magical fire. Yeah. Should we explore more?
I think we should, Zinc. I think it's good for us to move further into the house, and perhaps we can find something that's more indicative of what's going on.
Yeah, it's not even close to bedtime yet.
No, it's 3
Um,
p.m.
So you would like to go through another door?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we continue along the entrance door wall and sort of get that space
Yeah.
explored?
I think we should choose a door captain so that there's not too much ages of discussion. Or maybe we could alternate. One person does it each door. We get to choose a door each.
Yeah,
I
that
do
sounds
have
great.
experience in being a captain.
Yes, okay, so you can start Zinc, and then it will go Mia, and then me. Tom. Tatsel, I mean. No one here is called Tom.
So Charlie, you want to go to like continue along this line. So you want to
Yeah.
go
I want to
to the,
continue along the
the
line
right of the living room.
of the front of the house.
Cool.
I
That's
just hope we
super
don't
fun.
run into the owners or people left over from, and I point up at the portrait of the nuclear explosion.
Well, I hope we do. I'd like to make an offer to him.
And I would like to kill them, because they're surely monsters that they've lived for 100 years without any issue.
Sync, when you open the door, I pull a card from my stack of playing cards I have next to me.
Ooh,
The Ten of Spades.
that's my favorite card.
It's a good one. This one is a simple bedroom with a single bed and a closet on one corner of the room with a kind of slight breeze coming through it.
Through the closet?
I open the closet.
Are all of you in the room?
Yes.
I sure am.
Yes.
Cool.
I take it by the drawing of a card, Lucy, you've got some sort of table that has cards from a deck matched with types of room and stuff.
I have 4 spreadsheets open. And when you open the closet, Tatsel, skeletons pour out. Living skeletons. And I'm going to get everyone to roll initiative.
Let's
Ooh,
go.
Initiative.
Thank you for listening to Season Quest. It's me, Tom's dad. You can find us at Season Quest Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I don't know why I went Italian at the end.
Not Tatsel's dad? Tom?
No, my dad. My
Okay,
dad.
cool.
Tatsel's dad is he's like, hello.
He's classic.
My dad is the count.